Well, hello guys. I'm glad to be back with you again today and doing lesson 7, multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. And this may seem like a lot of words, but it's just such an easy concept if you'll just kind of hang with me. The number of zeros in a product, and remember that a product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So the number of zeros in a product is equal to how many times it was multiplied by 10. So that number then is called a power of 10. Look at the number 100 million. Now 100 million, if you count the zeros, it has 8 zeros. So we say that 100 million is to the power, must be the 8th power of 10 because it has been multiplied by 10 8 times. So when we multiply a number by a power of 10, the only thing we have to do, we don't have to multiply at all. The only thing we have to do is to move the decimal point to the right. Now that's important that you remember because you're going to hear later on in another lesson what you do when you divide, and it's kind of the opposite. So remember, when you move the decimal to the right, you're making it a larger number, so you've multiplied, and you move it according to how many zeros there are. So if you're multiplying by 1,000, you would move the decimal 3 places to the right because there are 3 zeros in 1,000. Alright, so for example, look at this number, 47,162. Remember I said that the decimal point is pronounced and. 314 thousandths. Alright, and we're going to multiply that number by 100. So we count the number of zeros in 100, and there are 2. So we're not going to change these numbers at all. We're simply going to count and move 1, 2. So our new number is 3. And then if we go in and put our commas every 3 places, we'll see that we have 4,716,231 and 4 tenths. Alright, so let's multiply this one. Now this was a decimal number before we even started, and we're multiplying by 10,000. There are 4 zeros in 10,000, so we're going to move this decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still moving it to the right because we're multiplying, but now our new number is going to be 316 and 52 hundredths. Alright, let's go to the next page. Alright, so here we go. Other part of the lesson. When we divide a number by a power of 10, we simply move the decimal point to the left. When you're dividing, you're getting a smaller number, not a larger, so you need to move that decimal point to the left. Alright, and this says divide 41 and 32 hundredths by 1,000. Well, 1,000 we know has 3 zeros. And if we look here, we've got only 2 places to move it. So we're going 1, 2, but we still have to move it 3. So what we're going to end up with is our decimal and then a 0 for a placeholder. And that would be our answer. Alright, and we're in the tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths. So we're going to put our comma, and we would say 4,132 hundred thousandths. Okay, go to the next page. Alright, again, we're going to divide this number by 1,000, and we see, 10,000, and we see that 10,000 has 4 zeros. So let's go ahead and move our decimal point to the left 4 places. So this is kind of like the other one. We only have 2, so we're going to have to make 2 more. So we'll have our decimal point with 2 zeros with 4, 8, 5, 1, 2. Okay? Very, very easy. Let's move on to our practice. Okay, practice problems. And we've only got 4 of them. A and B have the same numbers, but they have different signs, and then the same thing for C and D. So with A, when we don't see a decimal, remember that we assume that it's right here at the end. So we're going to move it 2 places to the right in A. So 4, 1, 6, 2, 0, 0. And then I'll put my comma in. And I've got 416,200. Alright, but if I divide by 100, and the decimal point was at the end, that means I'm going to move the decimal 2 places to the left, leaving me with an answer of 41 and 62 hundredths. Alright, come on down here to C and D. In C, we're going to multiply by 10,000. There are 4 zeros in 10,000, so we're going to move our decimal point 4 places to the right. And I only have 2 there, so I'm going to have to add a 0. And I'll put my decimal point there. And there I have my finished number. Wasn't that easy? I just love doing this. Alright, now in D, we're going to divide by 10,000, so we're going to move the decimal point 4 places to the left. And again, we're going to have to put some placeholders in here because we only have 2 decimal places. So we'll add the 2 zeros and then put everything that's left. And there you have it. Alright, hopefully I can get this uploaded to YouTube and you can watch it tonight and be ready for it tomorrow. I'll see you then.